This series is younger brother approved with a couple of content warnings. One, I only played the game as Beck, so I don't know if there's any sort of differences depending on which character you pick. Two, the story for this game is complete nonsense. It looks like they just kind of played Mad Libs with a bunch of words, so I'm just cutting it out entirely because it's only 2 paragraphs long and it's only at the very start when you create the file anyway, so it's pretty easy for me to cut. But if you actually were to play the game, I don't know how much subtext you want to read into 2 paragraphs of Mad Libs, just we threw random words on the wall and saw what stuck. But, there's definitely some potential to read subtext into it. And a couple of the bosses of this game are, super unfair, and I get pretty frustrated with them. I don't think I said anything that would be inappropriate, but, I might have forgot. So, those are the content warnings. Welcome back to another episode of Selpar Plays Mighty Gunvolt. Last time we managed to defeat the school area, so I guess we're on to the lab now, since this is basically entirely linearly. I think I'm going to complete this entire upper path before I go down into the warp. I don't know what the warp is supposed to be for, so I'll just leave it alone for now. So the reason why I picked Beck as my character is I was really looking forward to Mighty number 9 coming out, but then it wasn't quite what I was hoping for. I don't think Beck can get up there. So, since Mighty number 9 wasn't the game I was hoping it would be, I figured this is about as close to what I wanted as I can get. So, I figured I'd play through it as Beck. I think that the game might actually be better as one of the other characters, because I'm not sure they balanced the game properly for Beck. Because Beck really has crappy options. This is Super Dash. Oh man, he's stuck in an action pose. Okay, so the battle with Beck is he doesn't have a charge shot like Mega Man does. So it's got quite the disadvantage there, because Mega Man has this charge shot to do a lot of damage, but Beck has a charge dash, and the dash doesn't go super far, and it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So it's entirely possible that you'll hit an enemy and they'll just live through it. So you rely a lot on the Buster. Because I don't have a way to double jump or anything. I can't get up there. I'm gonna have to go this lower route because have any way to do anything else. So there's a whole lot of the game that he just doesn't have access to, or what he does have access to is a little bit of a disadvantaged position compared to maybe one of the other characters. But I'll take that over his original game, which is not balanced for anybody. Okay. This is not nice. These platforms are too low over these spikes. So they actually get in the way of the platforming. Alright, made it. That room's hard. Because, like, the platforms will just get in the way of you getting where you want to go. Alright, here we go. Boss? Yeah, it's the boss. Okay, that's weird. Okay, that's obnoxious. Alright, I think I got this guy. This guy's... Okay, gotta move to mix it up. Okay, I don't know how you're supposed to dodge that one at all. So for the start of the fight, he's got a safe zone in the center of the room. Let's just easily chomp it. Okay, so that boss is kind of a chump. He's got a move to mix it up later in the fight, but he doesn't necessarily ever use it, so you might not ever see it. And when he's not using that move, he has literally nothing that can touch you in the center of the stage, as long as you have your timing as long as you properly time your jumps, and as long as you're attacking the eggs before the wasps come out of them. So like you can just shut down an entire boss. He's super easy. If he starts doing the mix-up moves where he's in the center of the stage and he's attacking you directly, like aiming at you, and then like that basically entire field wiping attack where he's coming in from both the left and the right, both low and high, I don't know how you could possibly... I guess you'd have to be out of the center of the stage so they're not crossing at the same point, and let the high one pass over you and then jump to get over the low one. Or do it in reverse and jump over the low one and have the high one pass over you. But that would be very situational of being in like the correct left or right position and then doing the correct thing with a fast enough reaction time so that you don't just get completely destroyed by it. So that move's really, really difficult to dodge, I would think. Just because you have to react to it immediately. And if you don't, then there's no way you'll get into position in time. But other than that, he's a really fair boss. Really easy to defeat. He doesn't have a whole lot of answers for you answering his moves. Like, he doesn't have a lot of variety, honestly. He's got basically 2 attacks. Turn into a gobble monster and come in from stage left or stage right. Or throw down in 2 eggs that will hatch into hornets if you leave them alone long enough. But like, you have enough time that you can just shoot them to destroy them. So like, there's no reason why you would ever have a problem with that if you don't want to. So yeah, it's a pretty fair boss. The stage was also pretty fair. I didn't have a whole lot of problems with it. My main complaint would be just that one room where the vine blocks break when you step on them, but then they're positioned in such a way that like they're right on top of each other, so they can hit you in the head when you go to jump and make you just fall down into the spikes. That would have been extremely brutal if the spikes were instant death. Since the spikes only do a little bit of damage, it's not that bad, but it's still kind of, it seems unfair because of just how tight of a jump that has to be, and the likelihood of you getting hit by the spikes multiple times before you can get up, because you can't just jump up because the platforms are in the way of just jumping back up. So it's that's a tricky room, but if you can get past that room, you could probably clear that entire stage. That was the hardest room in the entire stage. And I think I will call that a stopping point for this video, and I will see you all in the next video.